Hi guys, so today I'll be filming my first makeup tutorial. For those that know me, you'll know that I've been super nervous about this, but I finally have built the courage, pulled my nerves together and got my ass sitting down in front of the camera. I wasn't entirely sure on what look I was going for, so I figured I'll just play around with makeup and then see where I end. But obviously I end up doing a look that I always turn to for when I'm kind of heading out, even though I'm definitely not heading out. I'm going to take this off straight away and get into bed. But yeah, it's something that I'm real comfortable with, and a lot of people like this look or compliment this look, so I thought I'd just share it. And yeah, so if you'd like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. To prep my base, I apply the Body Shop's Wonderblur, focusing more on my T-zone. To conceal, I use a Maybelline Fit Me concealer, creating a triangular shape under my eye area, a tree-like figure in between my eyebrows up towards my forehead, bringing it down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, the highest point of my chin, and also just under the hollows of my cheeks. I'm going to use the KIKO Skin Evolution foundation in the shade Caramel. I use this as almost a colour corrector, as it has a peachy undertone and it helps just counteract any sort of darkness I have on my face. Just to help blend this in, I use Max Fix Plus. I spritz a little bit on my stippling brush by Real Techniques, and then I first work in the lighter area, so where I concealed, and then the darker area, so where I colour corrected. Just to tie the base together, I use Charlotte Tilbury's Light Wonder Foundation in medium 8. I just use a very small amount just to almost even out my skin tone, but not so much because I still want to keep all the work that I have done in place. Next up, we're going to set, which is extremely important for me because I have a super oily T-zone. So I'm going to first use a Rimmel Stay Matte Press Powder in Translucent. I'm going to use this on all the areas that I highlighted, so under my eye area, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, the highest point of my chin, and also just under the hollows of my cheeks. Next up, to set the rest of the face, I'm going to use MAC Studio Fix Powder using the Wilkinson's large powder brush. This brush is great because it doesn't pack on too much product, which means you're going to get a light application. For my brows, I begin just grooming them a little bit, so I just use a spoolie by Revlon. You can use just any ordinary spoolie. I just kind of brush my hairs, making sure they're kind of sitting in the right place and in the right direction. To define my brows, I use the Body Shop's Brow and Liner Kit. I really just use a lighter shade in this duo, and then almost start creating a line from the bottom of my eyebrow right to the very tail of my eyebrow, and then kind of focus most of the product on the very ends, and then just lightly pushing up any of the excess product that we've got from the line created earlier, and just pushing it up just so the fronts aren't so harsh. Next, I use the MAC Waterproof Brow Set in, I think, Chestnut, and I apply like a light coat of this to the very fronts of my eyebrow, just to lighten them, just to make them appear a bit more natural. Back in with a spoolie, and then I just kind of brush that out a little bit. To contour, we're going to use a Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. I just do this in almost a figure of 3, so from my hairline down to my cheekbones and then my jawline. I first start off with my cheekbones really, and then really the key is for a natural sort of contour is just to really blend it in, really work it in, but not too harsh so you move all the other products around, but just enough to make sure it's seamless. Just to add a bit more, I guess, life into my skin, I use a Daniel Sandler Instant Tan Powder. I use this almost over where I've contoured, just to kind of tie it all together, and so just to kind of get rid of any harsh lines. We're going to go back in with contouring and focusing on the nose. The real key is to almost do the size of your nose, but the very highest point of the sides of your nose, and apply little at a time, because you can really add more if you want to. For this to appear a bit more natural, I kind of drag this right into my crease, and it also just acts as a transition shade for my eyeshadow. I'm just going to go back in with the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. I'm just going to use this just to define my eye just a little bit more, just to give it a bit more depth, so it doesn't appear so flat, and I kind of just run the excess on the rest of my eyelid. I'm just going to go back to my contour. I'm going to focus on my nose area. I'm just going to use my fingers just to blend that out. Just to blend that in, I'm going to use the large Wilkinson's powder brush, whatever's left on it, and just kind of brush that over my nose. Next up, I'm going to brighten up my eyes just a little using the Stila Kajal eyeliner in Topaz. I apply this to my lower waterline, and yeah, as you can see, I've gone a bit heavy-handed, but you can definitely just get away with a light application. Moving on to my eyeliner, I use the Rimmel Glam Eyes Liquid Liner. This is super cheap and super black, which I absolutely love. First, I kind of work on the outer corners, creating a line up towards my eyebrow, and then bringing that right in. I don't really make it too thick, especially in the inner area of my eye. It's a really fine line, and then yeah, I kind of just fill in all of the excess areas, the triangular shape I've created on the outer area. Just to add a bit more depth to my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Natural Collections eyeshadow in Crushed Walnut. I use the same brush, the MAC 218, and just apply a light amount through my crease, making sure it's not going too high. Then I'm going to apply that to my lower lash line also. Go back in with the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. I'm going to use a lighter shade here. Using any sort of flat eyeshadow brush you have, just pop a little bit into the inner tear duct area and kind of bringing that onto the eyelid just to blend it in. Next up, with my new favourite mascara, I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I'm going to just apply one coat on both my upper and lower lashes. This mascara works an absolute treat for me. I just don't feel like I need more than one coat because it's just amazing. Just before we start the lips, I'm going to wipe off any excess product that I have on them using any ordinary wipe. This is me getting super nervous to apply this because I'm going to do it without a liner. First, I'm going to use an orangey shade red, which is the Sleek Matte Me Red. This is one of those lip stains that if you get wrong, you've got wrong, and it's almost impossible to get off, which is good in a way, but not when you've messed it up. So take your time, and yeah, use a liner, be smart, not like me. Then I'm just going to blow my lips like an absolute crazy woman just to make sure it's all in place, and that's the look. Next up, I'm going to use Blake Lively's Pure Red by Loreal. I really love this red. It's a blue tone red, which is definitely a lot more preferred for me. I'm just going to apply a light coat just over top of what I've just done with the Sleek lip. And that's a completed look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at Never a Secret.